Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for your time. My name's Carl, and I'm one of the business studies teachers, but I also teach economics, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about both subjects today. We do three different courses here. We do two business courses and one economics course, and what I'll try and do is explain slightly the difference between those two courses. Business Studies splits up into our A-level course and our BTEC course. At the moment, there is very little difference between the content of those two courses. What you will learn on each course will be very, very similar. It's really the way those courses that are assessed that's different. So BTEC is mainly coursework based and our A-level is entirely exam based. So really, from your point of view, if you're thinking about business, it's really what's best for you in terms of how those courses are assessed, not the content on them. One thing that I think is really important to tell you is that the BTEC course is not a second-rate course. It gives you just as much in terms of qualifications to move on to university and to move on to jobs, to the world of work. A distinction in the BTEC Applied Business course is just as good as an A in the A-level course. We also do A-level Economics, which is a slightly different course, but I'll talk to you a little bit about the content of those in a moment. But again, that is an entirely exam-based course. Business Studies really is about what makes a business successful. It's about the internal workings of the business. It's about how it manages the people in the business. It's about how it sorts out its finance, how it markets itself. And you will already be quite an expert in a lot of this because you are consumers, you are people who are experiencing business every day. But like I say, it's more about what makes a successful business. If you do business studies already and you enjoy it, I would 99.9% guarantee you will enjoy it, whether you do our A-level or BTEC course, because it will be similar to what you've done, just at a higher level. Economics is more about the environment and the world that not just businesses work in, but that we as individuals, as consumers, as workers, as employees work in. It's really all about how the different bits fit together. So why some jobs pay more than others, why some parts of the country have different industries into other parts, and really what affects our standards of living. That's really what economics is all about. So there is an overlap between the two. If you do business studies, you will do a bit of economics. If you do economics, you will do a little bit of the internal workings of the business. In terms of how we run things here, it is very much up-to-date information. We deliver what's going on out there in the world at the moment. So, whether it's business or economics, we will be using real up-to-date case studies. This is not a course where you just sit with a textbook and learn things. This is about applying what we learn to the real world. So there's an awful lot of information at the moment, as you can imagine. We've got the presidential election going on. That's going to affect our international trade and a lot of our individual businesses. We've got lots of people losing their jobs, but other businesses being very, very successful throughout our current situation. That's exactly the kind of thing we'll be looking at and exactly the kind of thing we'll be doing. So you'll be coming into the lessons and what's on the news that day will quite often be playing a role in your lesson and playing a role in what we're actually studying and what we're doing. I've talked a little bit already about the assessment. Like I said, the BTEC course is mainly coursework based, but the other two courses are exam based. They are all a combination of both written work and some calculations. So it's important that you're confident in both areas. There's no maths above GCSE level in terms of the written structure of your exams, but it is a combination of both. So it's a nice balance of sometimes a slightly more scientific and numerical approach to things, like when we're doing accounts, but also being able to write a discursive essay, a longer essay that's explaining things and structuring things. Reasons why I like what we do here at Bede is we have an opportunity to really make things dynamic. As I've said earlier, you will be using real world examples all the time. But also, I think because we're a small college, we get to know our students a lot better. This is my room that we're in at the moment. I practically live in here when I'm at college. So if you want to find me, the door's always open if I'm not teaching. And you get that opportunity that in some other colleges you don't get that opportunity as much. We also do a range of other things. So we have enterprise activities on which tie in very nicely with the courses that we do here, which are outside of your qualification. But I've got people setting up businesses at the moment, which we hope they will go on and continue with once they've finished their study here. Andrew, who I should mention, who teaches on the business courses, has loads of contacts with local industries and businesses. So there's an awful lot of opportunities to meet with business people from the Teesside area and wider area, and they will have an input in helping and supporting you with your course. In terms of where you go with it, business and business-related courses like economics are so useful whatever career you end up with. So if you're not sure of what you want to do career-wise, there will be something on these courses that will be useful to you. Even people who end up being a research chemist or a curator of a museum will still need some business understanding and business knowledge. So whatever you end up doing, there will be relevant things on these courses that will be useful to you and help you. Entry requirements are the standard entry requirements for A-level. So, in terms of your grades at GCSE, it's what we would expect you to get for all A-levels. But what I would say is economics, I do prefer people to be confident with the maths because there's a little bit more maths on the economics course. So really looking preferably at grade 6 or above for maths for the economics course, but not absolutely essential. I do consider people with 5s, but you need, importantly, to be confident with your maths. And I think what I really need more than anything else is people to be interested in what's going on in the world. And that's sometimes more important than your GCSE qualifications. At this stage, I would say explore more, keep finding out. If you're not sure about the 2 business studies courses, apply anyway because we can help you make that decision. So don't worry about feeling you've got to know exactly what you want to do. Other than that, that's it from me for now. I'd love to meet you again in the future. Hopefully we will have opportunities to do that under different situation to what we're currently under. But thank you very much for your time. And please get in touch with the college if you have any questions to ask me about economics or business. Thank you.